Thomas Frank has the best in-game management in the Premier League. There, I've said it. Great example is the last game for Tottenham against Manchester United, which ended a 2-2 draw. And yes, someone would say, look, Frank got the selection wrong, and Tottenham was short on the left-hand side, or lacked the quality, and United were clearly winning down that side. Tottenham really struggled on that left, and they would be right. But Frank recognised that in the second half, changed lots of things, and here we go. Just listen to this, hear this out. He decided to keep Richarlison on, which was unpopular among Spurs fans in the stadium and on social media. Richarlison scored. He brought Matis Tell on, who scored. He brought Wilson Odobert on, who got an assist. And he brought Destiny Doggy on, who got an assist. So just to recap, Frank's brought on 2 players that got an assist, 1 player that scored, and kept 1 player on unpopularly that scored. That is class in-game management. Without Frank's tactical know-how and mainly in-game management, in adaptability, something we didn't have under Ange and hardly any at all, literally if any, in-game management last year, was a real problem. But Frank is the reason we don't lose this game. And don't get me wrong, it's frustrating because Spurs nearly got a smash and grab victory we didn't deserve against United. Poor defending, we failed to do the basics, don't get me wrong. But a doggy in particular, also the likes of Odobert, really changed this game. So Frank, for me, his in-game management against Manchester United, if we look back from a few days ago now, quite a few days now, the dust has settled, was spot on. He doesn't get the credit for it. Copenhagen as well, brings Yao Palini on, gets a goal and assist, and Tottenham go down to 10 men and brings Xavi Simons off. That's unpopular with Spurs fans again, a little bit, not quite as much as this one, but he brings Paulinho on and just adds real stability, calmness when we see the game out, and also become better and just play a different way counter-attacking. So Frank won't get the credit he deserves for his in-game management. And to say he's the best in the Premier League is bold, because there's a lot of good managers out there with in-game management. But for Frank has to be right at the top of the tree, if not very close to it. His in-game management has been good. I think Spurs fans treat him harshly on it. Of course, not all these subs have worked. PSG, for example, his first game in charge in the Super Cup, used the subs wrong, and that's just someone not knowing the squad perfectly. But I think he's a really good manager. You know me, I'm on board with the Frank train. I think his substitutions are great. His adaptability in game. We haven't seen a lot of in-change formation, but we've seen some really clever substitutions that have won us games. And this one against Man United, that's got us a point and nearly got us 3 extra points. So close if it wasn't for Vicario being 2 yards deeper in his goal and if Delit wasn't marked for some reason. But Frank, good in-game management. Really been impressed with him, his ability to recognise situations and admit when he got something wrong.